That was my clipboard falling off of my knee. Greetings, my name is Michael Miller. This is a Michael Miller trademark training video out to you because you're watching. Thank you and welcome. It's meant for Michael Miller Pilates licensed affiliates, presenters, the Core New Core, my patrons, and anyone interested in surviving and thriving as a Pilates instructor or a student or a human being. Because it all comes down to the two things that I have to share with you. That's my number 2 thing in my list. The 2 mountains. The 2 things I have to share with you are CT and MMP. CT is biomechanical and MMP is one point of view among yours and mine and everybody else's. But those are the 2 mountains. Now, it took off on a personal note before I ever delivered the contrived intro of something personal. If you've ever done anything where you know what you want to do, but it takes a while to get it accomplished, that's what I'm talking about. And when I am typing, there are times when often my mind has run out past the time it takes and the effort it takes to deliver the words already thought. Right? Your fingers are trying to catch up to, your thinking. And it's in those moments when there's a lot of observing going on due to the patience it takes to watch within myself the completion or the continuance of the typing, waiting for the fingers to catch up. Now that isn't always the case, of course. But it has to do with typing, and I never thought I should start that way as a personal thought, because I never thought I would ever be able to type. Never in a million years thought that I would ever be able to type. But I was driven to the keyboard to express what was going on in here, and came to a point where I could type pretty fast, but not to the point of having to wait, and in that waiting observe the implementation of the dexterity in the fingers and the typing out the words, right? Be an observance of what you're doing, what you're weaving, like weaving or knitting or something like that. And to what extent that requires some mind-to-muscle dexterity and some familiarity in order to accomplish the task, whether it's knitting or typing or take your pick. And that part of that is the wiring from up here into the implementation out here, typing or knitting, right? And Candace Pert, I think that's her name. It's so strange, because I was taking my friend to the airport recently, and I ended up talking about neurons that fire together, wire together. And I think that's from Candace Pert in her writings and also in her appearance in the book or the movie, What the Bleep, right? But in that knowledge of how you, in making the movement, what fires it is what wires together. It's why in Pilates and the performance of movement within a Pilates taste of things, is to really focus on the purity of the effort, in that you recognize that you're wiring the body in the effort. And the more accurately you line up, or you stay in a plane, or you make a circle, right? The more accurately, ideally, you take up, your moving takes up in space, the stronger that moving is. Because you're wiring it together in the attention that you're paying to it. You come to Pilates, and like a tuning fork, you do the Pilates lesson, and you create this vibration, and out you go the door. You come back because that vibration disappears, and you do a Pilates lesson again, and that vibration of having made the effort again, and you go out the door. It's just human nature that you can't strike it once and just have it continue, energy dissipates. So I've already talked about the two mountains, which are knowledge about biomechanics in the one case, and a point of view of Pilates in another, and that both of those things are sensational. The biomechanics of core new tension, sensational within your body. You get hip to how oppositional rotation works, and your ability then to engage in that and connect that together gets you to the second thing in Joe's book, Contrology Develops the Body Uniformly. And that's why it's such a big identification of knowledge, or holding light to the fact that the body engages itself in oppositional rotation between axes. And that's the definition of core new tension. According to me. That's where that definition comes from. That's one of the mountains. And you don't have to give a whit about Pilates to care about knowing about how the body engages itself in order to better engage itself to move through space. So the second mountain is just one point of view among yours and mine and everybody else's about Pilates. And in this point of view, just like with core new tension, you can feel it. And that's the takeaway from this speech, this broadcast. The takeaway is that the best I have to give you, both are sensational, that you can feel them. It's because MMP says that Joe's definition you can feel, meaning contrology is the complete coordination of body, mind, and spirit. Well, you can feel that. That's what it is. That's what you're after. In the pursuit of the choreography of the mat, the performance of the exercises in order, in flow, without stopping. Doing the mat. So, number 3 is titled Keep Getting Paid. And so I'm headed into trying to help others make money teaching Pilates in the belief that if I can help you make money, I can make money with you. In coming to see where I'm, in starting to see where I'm headed in this endeavor of helping you make money, teaching Pilates, live, but not in person, which in the spring of 2020 seems to be a good idea as pandemic continues to expand. Now, when it might matter so much, why not have the ability to carry your class on remotely for everybody's sake? And then, if the target is control, then really having control of Pilates, or being able to do Pilates, is being able to pursue a choreography that resonates to the original mat. If it isn't exactly that, and in performance of a choreography that resonates to the mat work, you seek for and try to be as much as you can completely concentrated, coordinated in your being, your thinking, and your observing. You're observing. If the target is control, what you're really, where I gain clarity is thinking that I'm taking every one of my students towards their ability to do Pilates on their own, to find the experience of Pilates on their own. And that's holding the curtain aside. And that gives you clarity about, that gives you clarity. And because MMP, as a point of view, considers Pilates to be an experience. So that's the reality of Pilates. Pilates is the experience. And then you go to Joe's book for definition and expansion, and then to the Michael Miller Pilates point of view that applies the theory that gives you an in-depth, comfortably masterful grip on an explanation of Pilates. Based on Joe's book. What you do with it and how you resonate with that or make of it, you know, that's human nature and our own discovery of ourselves. Do it while you can, because life can't live forever. Read between the lines, see behind the curtain, connect the dots, evaluate points of view. Then add 2 and 2, right? And if you're already adding 2 and 2, expand your capability to continue adding 2 and 2 if your circumstances change where you can't be live and in person, but you can be live. Like I am here trying to be with you. Direct your thinking. Geist.